So tell me, Tony, when did you get this diagnosis?
Back in 2001.
Do you feel like you're missing part of your brain?
Not really, but I know I am.
How do you think it affects you? What are the things that you have a hard time with?
Well, I'm not that much of a social person for one, so.
Okay. Tony is a 20-year-old man who has AGCC, a condition where you're born without the corpus callosum. And the corpus callosum is the band of fibers that connects the two hemispheres. 200 million fibers. It's the largest single structure in the brain. So its absence is pretty obvious. What was school like for you?
Technically, math was the hardest for me. I think it still is.
Okay. Are movies confusing?
Plot-wise for me, yes.
Part of why I do this, personally, is I was an awkward kid. Different reasons. But boy, do I know the feeling of why do they all get along and they all hate me? If I can help somebody else understand themselves so that they don't have to experience that, of course that's what I want to do. The work on AGCC began essentially with Roger Sperry's work on the split brain.
One puzzling aspect of the study is the fact that all our activities are controlled not by one brain, but by two interconnected half brains.
Roger Sperry here at Caltech did a lot of experiments where you can show that each hemisphere processes information separately.
Working with him on a series of unique experiments is Dr. Michael Gazzaniga.
The brain is, of course, an enormously complex structure. In fact, it's kind of redundantly complex. We have two cerebral hemispheres.
The brain is organized in two hemispheres, two halves, separated down the middle. And for most of us, there's a pretty classic organization of what parts of the brain handle what types of functions.
The left hemisphere takes on functions of sequential analysis, spatial analysis, language. The right hemisphere is really the seat of more emotional aspects. Happiness and sadness and disgust,